Today is November 5th, 2024, and I am standing in Halifax, North Carolina. This is the site of the drafting and signing of the Halifax Resolves. The official date is on the North Carolina state flag. The Halifax Resolves were the precursor document to the Declaration of Independence. So this place is called the birthplace of freedom, and I think it's special to be standing here right now on this day. Personally, for a couple reasons, but for one thing, I found out recently that I have an ancestor that was here and was helping to draft this document and sign this document, and also had some ancestors that were signers of the Declaration of Independence as well. Also supposedly had an ancestor that goes all the way back to the Mayflower and the Mayflower Compact, which in some ways is also a precursor to this document and the Declaration of Independence as well. And it's just so cool to realize the same blood that flows in my veins is, from those ancestors of old that put their foot down ultimately and said, enough is enough. We are declaring liberty, declaring freedom. We're going to stand up for our God-given, God-endowed rights. And today being November 5th, 2024, many people think that this is a contest between conservative and liberal, the old way, the new way. Some people think it's just Democrat, Republican. I want to give you a different framework to think through, and that is, I think what's going on here is nationalist and globalist. Now, a lot of times you're being told, especially in the news media, that nationalists are evil. They want to tie that term back to even Nazi Germany and Hitler. And yes, to some degree, there was this nationalistic spirit that got stirred up in the hearts and lives of the German folks, but ultimately Hitler's vision was globalist. He wanted to take over the world. And you can make the same argument for the Cold War and the communist regimes in the USSR. That was a globalist movement in the disguise as a nationalist movement. Same could definitely be said for what happened here. What transpired here was a bunch of American patriots deciding to take a stand against the British Empire that was globalist. They had a desire to conquer and control the world. And here is where a bunch of brave men and women said no. That won't happen. Now, how does that tie in with today? Well, there's a lot that's kind of hidden, I believe. Some of it's hidden in plain sight. But I believe that the modern day Democratic Party embodies that globalistic mindset, and the whole idea of having clear and open borders, breaking down election integrity, not requiring voter IDs, going into the weeds on some other issues regarding sexualization of children and sex change operations and good grief, even abortion. These are all tools of the globalists, tools of control, tools of manipulation, tools of controlling a population, tools of making sure that certain areas don't have military capable people. That's the tools of the globalist. And so that's why I'm standing against the globalists. Unfortunately, there's some globalists that are identifying as Republican, and some of them are being outed and called rhinos. We will see what the vote does by the end of the day. But as I cast my vote, I count it an honor and a privilege to, as I understand it, join my voice with the voice of my ancestors who took a stand against the globalist. I've said on this channel and other videos about the tools and tactics of the globalist. There's all kinds of theories out there about their ability to possibly even control weather patterns with weather manipulation technologies. We'll see how the vote counts fluctuate tonight and whether or not we have a declared winner or not. We're also going to see firsthand in the next couple weeks how stable our power grid is, whether there's rioting in the streets, and where the rioters, the rioting instigators come from. If they just jump out of black vans somewhere and start rioting and draw a crowd with them, well, where'd those vans come from? Who's paying for this? And you start following those trails, it begins to make more and more sense. Hope for the best, prepare for the worst. I'm hoping that today history is made and that the reins of power in this nation are officially and fully handed back to those who care about this nation and this nation's people. Ultimately being handed back to we the people. But it might not happen without a fight. Are you ready?